President Trump is expected to meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping at the G-20 summit in Buenos Aires tonight. The president is using the summit to work on U.S. trade deals. Tonight's meeting could be the first step towards easing trade tensions between the U.S. and China. Let's go back to Major Garrett, who is traveling with the president. Major, good morning again.
Good morning again. And of course, the George H.W. Bush will be a part of the experience here today, as world leaders will no doubt offer their personal condolences to President Trump, and something of a historic coincidence on his last day here at the G20. As over dinner, President Trump will try to ease trade tensions with the Chinese President Xi Jinping and avoid an all-out trade war. The historic coincidence: before becoming president, one of George H.W. Bush's most important government postings, an early envoy to Communist China. President Trump spent his first full day at the G20 dodging the two authoritarian leaders he has tried to build bridges to, but who have recently become objects of international skepticism and scorn. Mr. Trump's distance did not stop Russian President Vladimir Putin and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman from enjoying a public display of affection as the president walked by. Mr. Trump canceled planned meetings with Putin en route to Buenos Aires, citing Russia's seizure of Ukrainian ships and sailors this week. And yet, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders issued a statement saying Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation was undermining the U.S.-Russian relationship. The president also had a brief off-camera encounter with the Saudi Crown Prince, their first face-to-face since the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, whose murder has been linked to bin Salman by U.S. intelligence. A White House official said they, quote, exchanged pleasantries. Earlier in the day, the president and the leaders of Canada and Mexico signed a new trade deal, formerly known as NAFTA. Negotiations between Canada and the U.S. were tense and remain in some cases unresolved. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau urged the president to lift steel and aluminum tariffs imposed on Canadian imports.
It's been long and hard. We've taken a lot of barbs and a little abuse, and we got there. It's great for all of our countries.
And an even bigger trade issue: hundreds of billions of dollars in threatened U.S.-China tariffs on top of those already in place. Tonight, President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping hold a working dinner in hopes of diffusing an all-out trade war. Senior U.S. and Chinese officials here yesterday expressed optimism that both countries could reach some measure of progress on trade, thereby delaying future tariffs. That optimistic appraisal, Dana, led the Dow to close nearly 200 points higher yesterday.
Major, thank you very much.